Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to today's Uplift. I think we should start with a prayer. How do you feel about that? So join me right now as we recognize that there is one life, one love, one creative intelligence, and that one is us. That we are expressing God at every moment, now and always. In the times that we're shining and in the times where we feel not so great, it's still God expressing. And so know with me now that today's topic is insightful and is uplifting, just as the title says, and inspires each one of us to move forward in a new way. I know this to be the truth for you and for me and everyone that is receptive to it. And so right now I just let these words be free, knowing their completion, and with great, great thanksgiving I say, and so it is. Okay, so here we go. So back in the day, when I was a wee small lass, my mom used to say, if you can't say something nice, don't say anything at all. Maybe you had a mom that said the same thing. I was thinking about this recently, and I have concluded that it's another way of saying what Dr. Holmes always said, which is to be for something and against nothing. A few years ago, there was a campaign. It was called No Complaining. And it was a challenge to be complaint-free for 30 days. They had these stretchy little bracelets to remind you and so on. And I feel like all of these things, Dr. Holmes, my mom, and the complaint-free thing, they're all saying the same thing, which is basically to focus on what you want and not on what you don't want. You know, simple law of attraction stuff. As we know, what we give our attention to grows. So I want to look at three aspects of this topic. The first is that law of attraction thing. The second is how you speak to yourself. And the third is forgiveness. So remember that what you give your attention to grows. It's why it is so important to know what you want and speak about that, instead of speaking about what you don't want. It does no good to go on about how tired you are, or how broke, or how sick, or lonely, whether it feels true or not. It is okay to vent to someone if that just gets it out of your system, if it releases the energy of it, but not if it becomes your story or who you are, or gaining energy with every single telling. Send the energy that you do want, positive, creative energy, like plans, dreams, visualizations. Also remember that the words you use are so important. Battling, struggling, fighting, those may not be the words that you want to use for the situation that you have in your life. Try reframing with other words that are more empowering and life-affirming. Be creative about this. An example, years ago, I had a coworker who always said that she had to trudge off to do errands. It made me tired just to hear it. In those days, I used to say I was going to scamper out And so I'd scamper off to do my list, and she was trudging off to do hers. Scampering sounds a lot more fun and light. It does make a difference. I know you already know all this law of attraction stuff. The second point is how you speak to yourself. This is really important. Remember, my mom said if you can't say something nice, you do know that means about yourself too, right? In fact, it is the most important. You are the most important. So start there. Start with yourself. If you had a tape recording of what you're thinking, you would be shocked at how rude you are to yourself. You certainly would never allow anyone else to speak to you or about you in that way. So please don't allow yourself to do it either. Clean that up. And it is okay to tell yourself that you are beautiful or handsome, brilliant, smart, delightful, or whatever else you aspire to be. You already are that, but sometimes we need to affirm it to ourselves. A little side note, my mom's thing about saying something nice does not mean you cannot stand up for yourself. It does not mean doormat 101. As Dr. Holmes put it, be for something and against nothing. So be for fair treatment, or be for prosperity and abundance in all its forms. Be for respect. Standing up for yourself or for another is fine. Just be very mindful about how it's done. The third point is about forgiveness. Here's why. Negative energy will tie you to the person, the event, or the situation that you are trying to avoid. Your anger or unforgiveness keeps that energy, the negative energy, going. It keeps it in your mind, and it flows energy there, meaning that you are energetically tied to this person, this event, or this situation, even stronger. The negative energy is a cord that connects you to the exact thing you are trying to avoid. This, my friends, is why forgiveness is so important. It's the only way to cut the cord of negative energy that binds you to the something that you don't want. Now, forgiveness is a whole nother topic. There are plenty of books on forgiveness, and if you need help, there are ministers and practitioners standing by. Our numbers are in the bulletin, or they're on the website. So just be sure that your thoughts and your words are positive and life-affirming. Do not allow yourself to go down the rabbit hole of negative thoughts or words. Be kind to yourself and to others. And remember that you are the light, and your light makes a difference to me and to each other and to the world. Now, I just want to remind everybody that Vision does continue to operate while we're on this hiatus. So we continue to need your contributions and donations. I'm sure there's a little banner right there telling you how to donate. And also a reminder that there is a concert tonight. It's at 7 o'clock. It is Janet Hammer and Jim Guerin. So tune into that. And now we will close with a prayer. I know that there is one source of all good. I know that this source is divine wisdom. It is creative and expressive. That this divine wisdom guides us and helps us in our journey of knowing what to be for and only what to be for. That guidance helps us to stay on track, to stay positive, to stay life-affirming, and that our lives become so much better for it. Stay connected and stay spirit-led. And so I allow these words to be released into the universe for their completion. I am grateful always for this teaching and for each one of you. I love you, and so it is. Okay, bye everybody.